Bet Blitz.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with Bet Blitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Lately we've been on a huge hot streak, but today's a new day and we're looking to set you up with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. Today we will be getting into a few NFL plays, so take a moment to hit that like button. We do actually have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 200 likes, we will be dropping a bonus pick for you in our next video. So take a moment to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, at the end of this video, let us know which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting down in the comment section below. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you would like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to Elite Picks DFS Discord, where their top tier analysts drop detailed picks and analysis every single day. And right now they are doing a free 7-day trial, and when you use code BLITZ, you'll receive an additional 20% off your access. All right, let's get right into some of the best picks for today. And the picks for this video will be for the Thursday night football game versus the Patriots and the Jets. So for our first pick, we'll be headed over to the rush plus receiving yards tab, and this time we'll be selecting Antonio Gibson for more than 32.5 rush plus receiving yards. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you would like to try Outlier for yourself, click our link in the description below to gain a free 7-day trial. We see that Antonio Gibson has actually exceeded this line in 8 of his last 10 games. Now, we do want to point out that 8 of these last 10 games were with the Washington Commanders on his last team last season. However, it still is some of our best forecast data this early in the season to predict whether a player will go over or under his lines. And in his last game versus the Seahawks, Gibson went well over this line. Now, Antonio Gibson and the New England Patriots will be facing off against the New York Jets defense that this season has given up plenty of rushing yards to their opponents. Currently, they are ranked 24th in the NFL, near the bottom of the league, giving up plenty of rushing yards overall as a team. And when it comes to receiving yards allowed, they are also below average, giving up plenty of receiving yards as well. When it comes to defending opponent running backs this season, the Jets are ranked pretty low. Again, this is early on in the season. However, again, compared to the rest of the league, the Jets are ranked near the lower half in terms of yards rushing allowed as well as receiving yards allowed to their opponent running back. So coming into this game, Antonio Gibson should have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now, taking a quick look here, we see that Antonio Gibson, over his last 10 games, again, this is including some of his games with Washington, he does have an average of over 6 rushing attempts per game. We would like to see this a bit higher. However, his numbers are kind of being pulled down with this outlier game that he did have only 2 attempts last season. However, with the Patriots, the first 2 games he has had some solid rushing attempts for the games. And as far as his receiving yards go, some stats that we really like to see here are an average of nearly 17 yards after contact in his last 10 games, as well as over 23, near 24 yards after catch. So overall, Antonio Gibson should also have plenty of opportunity as well as the capability to reach this line. Now, taking a closer look here at Antonio Gibson, we see that last year with Washington, he did have a solid average of rushing yards per game, over 16 or 17 rushing yards per game, as well as a very solid receiving yards per game, over 24 receiving yards per game, and in total, he is well above his line. And that's exactly what we expect to happen in this Thursday night football game. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Antonio Gibson for more than 32.5 rush plus receiving yards. Now for our next pick, we'll be headed over to the rush attempts tab. And this time, we'll be selecting Breece Hall for less than 16 rush attempts. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that Breece Hall has actually fallen below this line in 7 of his last 10 games, including 1 tie. Additionally, last season, this was a line that Breece Hall fell below over 76% of the time, including 1 tie. Now, Breece Hall and the New York Jets will be facing off against New England Patriots defense that this season has been allowing the fewest rush attempts for their opponents per game, just under 18 for the entire game. Again, this is still early on in the season. However, right now, the Patriots have been the best at allowing the fewest rush attempts against their defense. So overall, Breece Hall should not have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Additionally, over his last 10 games with the Jets, they have not really been a rush-heavy offense, rushing the ball just 38% of the time, mostly being a pass-heavy offense. And with Rodgers back this season, you can expect the Jets to really lean more into their pass offense, allowing fewer rush attempts and plays overall for Breece Hall. Taking a closer look at his last season stats, we see that Breece Hall was well below his current line overall, averaging about 13 rush attempts per game last season. And honestly, we expect a number right around, if not lower, than his season average for last season coming into this game as well. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Breece Hall for less than 16 rush attempts. And for those of you wisely making picks with Underdog Fantasy as well, we wanted to make sure that you aren't missing out on the bunch of promos that they have been dropping for this beginning of the NFL season right now. For this Thursday night football game, they are dropping an Aaron Rodgers total yards at 0.5, a free square. You guys got to make sure that you cash out on this free play that Underdog is giving right now, as well as this upcoming CD Lamb 0.5 total yards for Sunday's game. And if you aren't already on Underdog, make sure that you use code BEPLETS to sign up with our link in the description below, because when you do, you will receive a free pick as well as 1,000 in bonus cash, in addition to all these other promos and discount plays that they are dropping for the start of the NFL season. You really want to make sure that you aren't leaving money on the table, so go give them a look. And before we get into our third play, we want to share with you a sports betting tool that is going to take your game to the next level, and that's Daily Grinds Fantasy Optimizer. It is one of the most comprehensive sports betting tools available, and it's not just PrizePicks, it's not just Underdog. It'll actually show you line discrepancies across all the major sports betting books, such as FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and much more. So you'll actually be able to see which of these sports books you'll get the best bang for your buck for the same line, and it'll also tell you the odds of each line hitting as well. And one of its best features is its ability to provide you with a multi-leg parlay. So, for example, if you want to find out what the best 6-pick flex was on PrizePicks, you could simply click right here, and it would generate for you a list of the 6 best picks most correlated and likely to hit. And one of the things you have to check out when you're on Daily Grind is their AI slip generator. This thing is totally changing the game for sports bettors. You don't even have to think about it. It's just going to generate for you the best slip possible on any of these sports books that is most likely to hit. They really made things so simple. So again, if you're looking to make a leap and take your game to the next level, click our link in the description below and use code BLITZ. Again, that's code BLITZ for 25% off all your orders. Now for our third pick, we'll be in the longest receptions tab, and this time we'll be selecting Demario Douglas for more than 12.5 yards for his longest reception. Taking a quick look around Outlier, we see that this is a line Demario Douglas has actually exceeded in 8 of his last 9 games. We do want to point out that he did set out his last game the Patriots played, as well as fell below his line in the first game that he played. So really, we do expect him to be due for an over on this line coming into this game. Additionally, taking a look at his stats last season, we see that this is a line that he exceeded in over 93% of his games, just one game falling below this line, and the rest going well above. Taking a closer look at his last 10 games, we see that Demario Douglas actually does have an average of 12.5 yards per reception over his last 10 games. He is also very good at catching the ball with a completion rate of over 63% on almost 6 targets. And last year, during his rookie season, he did have an average of over 11 yards per catch. So he's right around that range. And again, of falling below this line and having not reached it this season, we do expect him to be due for it in this game. So for all these reasons, again, we'll be taking Demario Douglas for more than 12.5 longest reception. All right, these are our picks for the Thursday night football game between the Patriots and the Jets. And after we finish reviewing, let us know down in the comment section which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. So for our picks, we are taking Antonio Gibson for more than 32.5 rush plus receiving yards. We are taking Breece Hall for less than 16 rush attempts. And finally, we are taking Demario Douglas for more than 12.5 longest reception. And again, if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you would like access to even more picks with detailed analysis, click our link in the description below to gain access to Elite Picks DFS Discord, Right now, they are doing a free 7-day trial, and when you use code BLITZ, you'll receive an additional 20% off your access. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment to hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 200 likes, we will be dropping a bonus pick in our next video. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.